So I wanted to hop on and talk for a second about how you respond and react when your whole plan for the day or schedule or routine gets completely thrown out the window. Some of us are very structured routine people, me for the most part. I've tried to be spontaneous and I'm very uncomfortable with it. I've tried in the past, it's just not me. But I'm a structured routine kind of person right now because I have changed my routine and I'm no longer personal training and I no longer have to get up at 4 in the morning and be at the gym by 5 a.m. and I had a structured routine for 7 years. I had that. Now I'm doing all my coaching from my home and online. So I don't even have to leave my house unless I'm networking or doing a talk, presentation, something like that. And for me, I have to create a whole new routine. So I'm working on that and I'm thinking about that this morning. And I have clients, I have coaching calls today. And so I'm like, shoot, okay, how am I going to start my day? I would love to and have always wanted to start my day with a meditation. And I'm also going through an attunement where I have some assignments that I need to do. So I'm like, okay, so I'm going to start with that. Then I'm going to go to the gym. I don't have a lot of time, but I've got to make sure to move because the other part of my new career base is I do a lot more sitting than before. And so I get to the gym and I do the sauna and I do 30 minutes cardio. It's all I have time for because I have clients. I get ready, I shower. I want to be clean and showered before the rest of my day starts. And then right at the time when my appointment's supposed to start, I get a text that they got to do something and they're not going to be able to make it. Okay, this is where the lesson comes in. How do you respond to things like that? Whether it's your friend who you had plans with and you're ready to go and they bail on you, whether you had people that said yes, they were going to come to your party and then they just don't show up, or if you have a client-based business and your clients just no-show, which I've had that happen as a personal trainer over the years several times. I had that happen yesterday, as a matter of fact. It happens. That's the thing, is it happens. And so what we often tend to do, and this is where the lesson is we react. Are you guys reactors? I used to be a reactor, big time. I didn't know any different. If something happened and I felt a certain way, boom, out comes how I feel, right? Except what I didn't know at the time when I used to respond that way is that my feelings are my own. Those are my own triggers. Those are my own problems, and those are not for me to project on other people. So how do you respond when somebody throws off your schedule or throws off your day? So for me, what I used to do in the past is just, I would just let it all out. And I would yell, and I would, fight, and I would argue, and, very unproductive, very disruptive, never solved anything, caused more problems than it did peace, and there was never a resolution. Never. Because those are just emotions. You cannot handle a situation through emotions. So, what do? You take a step back, and we lead our thoughts with compassion, perspective, and control. Compassion, perspective, and control. So we have compassion for the fact that other people have other things going on in their lives that have absolutely nothing to do with you. They are not setting out to upset you. You're upset because you have your own issues inside that have been triggered by this. But it's not that person. Nobody else can make you feel a certain way. How you feel are your responsibility, and that's where a lot of healing comes in. Because how we respond to situations is triggered by past emotions, past traumas, past lives even. So we have compassion for the other person and understand that, they have things going on in their lives too. And that it's not intentional to upset you. So let's take a step back. Let's quiet down. Not get so reactive. I know how that feels. That was my natural thing too. And then we have a perspective. What's going on in their life that they can't make it? What's going on in that person's life that we can maybe reach a hand out and say, hey, I noticed you didn't come in today. Is everything okay? I just want to make sure you're okay. Oftentimes what you're going to get back is a lot better than if you were to fire off and react at somebody in a negative way. Because then you're just going to make things worse, right? That's how we ruin relationships. That's how we create bad energy between people. So when you have perspective and you say, hey, and you realize it's not about you, stop making everything about you. We are so focused on ourselves that we take everything into ourselves like it's about us. Oh, they have this way about us. Oh, they didn't do this for us. Oh, they didn't show up for me. I understand. I understand that because I do feel that when people don't take you into consideration, it is rude. It is inconsiderate. And I am the first one to say I have a very hard time with rude and inconsiderate people. And the way that I best handle rude, inconsiderate people are with compassion, are with perspective. And what was my third one? Compassion, perspective, and what did I say? Control. Control, see? So control, because you're controlling yourself. You're in control of the situation. You have control over yourself. You have control over how you choose to move forward and handle the situation, okay? So when somebody cancels or rearranges your plans or messes up your day, breathe. It's just a moment. It's just a day. It's okay. It doesn't even matter in the grand scheme of things. In this world, in this life, it doesn't matter. Okay? So knowing from experience in certain situations, let's be flexible. Life is, remember, ebb and flow. Life is constantly moving and changing all the time. Every single person in this universe has their own ebb and flow, own issues, own traumas, own things going on. So stop putting it on yourself. Stop taking it in as though it has anything to do with you. Okay? It doesn't. It doesn't. And whatever emotions and issues they're having and feeling are not your emotions. They're not your problem. So stop looking at it from that perspective. Look at it from, hey, what's going on? Can I help you out? What can I do? I'm here for you. I'm here to listen. If you just need someone to talk to, I'm open ears. I'm a good listener. Have compassion. I promise you that when you go into situations that initially would trigger anger and frustration and hurt, and you go into those situations with a calm mind, compassion in your heart, perspective for the other person's life and what they're going through, that's going to come back to you tenfold. What you put out is what you receive. Okay? So let's set the reactions aside. Let's understand that reactions are just triggers. I used to, when my kids were in school, and I had such a hard time with the teachers because I really struggled with the way that the school system was when my kids were young. And I would fire off an email because they'd piss me off about something. And, I didn't do that for too long because quickly I realized when they were little that it doesn't solve anything. And the kids would be like, Mom, don't do that. And so after a while I learned that I would just type the email out, type the text out, and just hold it. Just hold it. Just get it out. It's like journaling. Write it out. Write all your emotions out. Write all your feelings out. Write your frustrations out. Cry about it. Whatever you have to do, scream, yell. But for you, don't project that out on anybody else. You just have to get that out. It's not the other person causing it. 99% of the time, it's not the other person causing it. It's what's inside of you. Get that out to yourself, but don't project it out. Don't send the email. Don't send the text. Just keep it for yourself to heal through it and work through it and self-reflect and understand that it's just a moment, it's just a lesson, it's just an experience, and what can you learn from it? Be flexible. We gotta all be flexible with each other, you guys. It's just a day, it's just a moment, and it doesn't matter in the grand scheme of things. But what does matter is how you choose to handle the situation. I choose to handle it with peace, calm, woosah. You gotta be relax. It's all good. It's all good. Everything's all good. Change your perspective. On that note,